Welcome to this look at a mod map that has now been updated from PC to include console on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. I'm here on NEUFFENER Valley on PlayStation 5. This is by emproLoop, 187.07 megabytes to download. This was updated yesterday. Part of that update was console release, hence the map tour. The map looks like this. On New Farmer, we start with this plot up here, which has got the main farm on it, a couple of fields and the main farm just there. We also start with this plot down here, which has got a little bit of woodland. We've got some grapes on the hillside, and we've got some equipment there as well. We're going to whiz around and have a look at all of it. Field prices range from very, very cheap, like for example there, 44, 18,816, and then we're going to go through medium-sized fields, 133 grand. We've got some grass fields, forested plots, and then we've got some larger fields like field 28 there for 608,000. There's some more forestry up around the top of the map and down the sides as well. Some of these fields do take in a little bit of forestry. Also, now, this is an interesting one in that as we go around, there are plots we need to buy because there are certain things that aren't showing on the map, and weirdly, there are some things that are. A lot of the production chains are showing, but there are some production chains that are on the map where the icons aren't showing. But then we've also got extra farms where, for example, we've got a cow farm there, but the plot of land will need to be purchased before any of the icons will appear for the cows. We've got cows, horses, sheep, and pigs as we go around. So I'm going to be putting in some money to have a look. Now, the other thing is, this corner here looked like there might be a track, and was it Smoky Mountain logging way back that had a secret area? I went over there, had a look, there's nothing in that corner. And this road here that runs out to the edge of the map, and this one here, that goes up to a logging area. This one just goes to the edge of the map. There's nothing of any consequence out in that area. We'll say consequence for the time being. So we'll have a look around the main yard first. We start off with a sleep trigger just here. While we're looking at the sleep trigger, that is part of some required mods that are needed when you download this. They do download automatically. Decorative Details Pack by TrianglesTrouble, Ground Stains by Top888, and Modern House by Edziaszek, which is this one here, Modern Farmhouse. Decorative Objects Pack, they are scattered around the main farm here. Not as many around the rest of the map, but here at the main farm. We can talk about slot count and mods and things now. We've always said about the required mods. Slot count is 1,206 on all three game modes. So you start with all the same stuff, only difference being obviously on Farm Manager and start from scratch. You don't own the land, you would have to buy it, but all the rest of the stuff is here. If we go into this menu and we scroll down, you'll see as we go through, there's nothing with regard to vehicles put in by the map maker, but what we start with, we'll see them as we go around anyway. We do a Fendt Vario 314, a 211V Vario, which is the grape harvesting one, and the medium tractors, we've got a John Deere 7810. We do have a Fendt Ideal 8PL, not a bad size harvester. We've got a Class Touring 639. We've got a pickup, Class Trailer, header for the Fendt. Then we've got some grape technology gear, mulcher, cultivator, subsoilers, one for regular stuff and then one for doing grape work. We do have a seeder, Aquatrans, some front loader gear, header trailer, and we do have some weights as well. Now as you look around the yard as well, we do also have some bales. We have bags of chicken feed, we've got some seed, we've got some fertilizer, so there's quite a bit of stuff. And you might also notice a lot of the vehicles and machinery are quite dirty. Now if we scroll down and look at our information screen, that one there, you'll see that under repair, a lot of the machinery is at 50%, 20 months old. As we get further down the list, we get to 0 months. The stuff still looks like it might have been second-hand because some of it there is saying 70% for repair. So it's been used. Some of it is going to need a little bit of work when you get it. So like I said, sleep trigger's there, pickup's there. One of the fences around the corner there. Our front loader with gear, lime, seed, fertilizer seed, and the seeder is just there, cultivator and subsoiler. We do start on all three game modes. Like I said, everything is all here. We've got a small greenhouse at the start under our production chains. If we open the gate here, chicken pen, this will hold 100. now's a good time to talk about that. If we go into our build mode, under sheds, we've got a few mods put in here. Under NEUFFENER VALLEY, under silos, we do have some. The main silo is the same size as the standard in-game one. These are, however, the hayloft and the liquid manure tank are larger capacities than the standard in-game ones. Under silo extensions, we do have one silo extension. Container, we've got the water tank and we've got a medium petrol tank. That's twice as big as the standard. The normal is 10,000, that's 20,000 litres. Tools, I don't think there was anything. Under farmhouses, we've got the required mod, the modern house. Under production chains, now we do have a load of production chains put in by the map maker. Now, as far as I can tell going around, I did buy 2 or 3 of them when I went around to do a check on the map. They appear to be, because I thought well, maybe they've got faster productions, larger capacities. They seem to be the same as the standard ones. I'm not sure why they're saying as mods, but they are in there as modded. Sell points, we've got a couple of modded ones in there as well. Greenhouses, nothing. Orchards, nothing. Generators, nothing. Under animals, animal pens are where things differ as well. So if we look at the cows, for example, the 518,000 to buy one there is only 80. The modded one, same price, does 200. So as we go through, we've got horses, we've got pigs, sheep, and chickens. Each of the pens has a larger capacity than the standard in-game ones. Under decoration, under others, we've got the required mods, the decorative details pack mod. We'll go right to the end. I'm not sure if we've got anything for NEUFFENER added in. I think it's all decorative details pack under that. Ground stains, yep. But if we go to landscaping, under painting, there's a few extra textures, some concrete sort of slab textures. Under trees, there have been a load of trees put in, all saying NEUFFENER VALLEY mod. And under plants, we do have a load of plants added in, but on the very end, we've got this NEUFFENER VALLEY mod field create. Now, this is a little bit like Alien Jim did a ploughed one. If I click on that, for example, we own this bit of land. If I open that up a little bit. Maybe we'll need to paint it first. That's interesting. Let's go to painting. Where's our grass texture? Done on concrete. Do we have a grass texture? That's curious. Forest ground, concrete, concrete, asphalt, dirt. There's no grass texture. Okay, let's go with dirt first. Put that down. Then we'll go to plants. On that one. There we go. So you can create your own fields without having to mess around too much, although it looks like those textures are going to remain. The sticks and things are going to remain. But anyway, it is there, should you wish to use it. We cross over into this side. We've got the Nuaro NL1622-2000. That's a 2 million litre standard crop type shed with some more of our equipment in it. Around the side there, we've got the water tank. We've got the 20,000 litre fuel tank. It is empty, but it can be filled, and some more decorative objects. What I'm going to do now is just put some money in, because we're going to need some for purchasing and various different things as we go around the map. Right then, contracts are available. There are some contracts around the map you can take on if you wish. We'll grab the pickup. We'll head straight across the road to the first of the points, which is the horse farm. Now, this is an interesting map in that as I've gone round, like I say, this has had quite a few things changed in the changelog. Like I say, this is an updated map. Land prices have been reduced, changed the description, added trees, plants to the build menu, new text in the build menu. A lot of the fencing around each of these pastures, once you own the land, is all sellable. So all the fencing all around this one, the electrical boxes, decorative, all that kind of stuff. As we go around, there's loads more we can take out. So if we cross over here, we've got a large, kind of almost like a placeables point. As we go around the map, you'll see this more and more at the cow farm, the pig farm, the sheep farm. Very, very big open spaces, and a lot of the production chains points also have large areas that you can purchase for putting more production chains down or decorative objects or whatever it is you want to do. So we are currently straight across the road, right here. This plot of land will set you back 278,000, but if you buy that, you will get the triggers come up for the horses. This is normally for 5, but this will now do 16. This is the modded version. We have a hayloft over the back, that's a 500,000 litre capacity, that's total capacity. So that appears when you buy this plot of land as well. If we go out, and we go across the grass, so that's horses. If we go out and follow this road, we're doing a kind of anti-clockwise route round. We've got farmers market just here. So you've got farmers market sell point, and then you've got farmers market bulk. So you can do your pallets and your normal stuff. But this plot of land just here, like I say, a lot of the production chains plots are purchasable. So if you do want to put other placeables down here, other production chains and things, you absolutely can. So that's your farmers market sell point. There are no collectibles. It's not saying there are any anywhere, and I haven't come across any. So following the river, just over there we've got the cow farm. Now this is one of those maps, like I'm saying, it's an interesting one in that there are certain areas, as I'm going around, I was driving across the road, or along the road here, thinking how smoothed out it was, and it's, you know, really nicely done, but there are some bits as you go around that are a little bit clunky. Joins between bits here and there, but then there are other areas which are absolutely spot on. It's an interesting kind of take on it. So, cow farm. Can't open that shed until we own the land, and obviously none of the triggers are showing. Shadows are a little bit dark, it's only just gone 9 o'clock in the morning. But we come along here, we're now up here. So the cow farm will set you back 496,425. You do get field 11 next to it as well. Do that and that. So, we've now got our triggers for our cows. This does 200 cows. Other than that, it's fairly standard with regard to where you get your milk, where you get your slurry, where the feed goes in, all that kind of thing. We do have a slurry pit. That is the largest size. And then we do have a manure heap just the other side around there. And we do have a bunker silo, putting your chaff and grass and stuff into for making silage. And then we do have a 3-door garage for any of your cow related paraphernalia. Now, like I say, this has got a very large area as well, so you could add way more stuff on here if you want to. We're going to cross the river. And we're going to go left. Traffic has a tendency to, when it makes turns, stop and then drive on, as you can just see ahead of us. Some very interesting road junctions as well. Not quite a T junction. I've never come across a Y junction before, but anyway, certainly interesting. Carpentry just to our left there, within the fork of the two roads. As we head down the map, we've got a bakery just off the left hand side. Again, both these plots of land are available to buy, so you can put other things on them. If we bung a right just here, we've got the animal dealer at the front of the building. At the rear of the building, you've just got that little track there. Around the back of that, you've got the animal dealer sell point. So you've got purchasing of animals, then a sell point for animal dealer at the back. If we come off of the road here and go onto the track, past the lovely housing estate, we're heading up towards the pig farm. Again, this needs to be purchased. Another massive area. This has got double fencing, which is interesting. So you've got a set of fencing here. Once you've purchased the land, it's all sellable. You can get rid of it. So you've got that fence there, and then that one here. So a double boundary for your fencing. It's more to get rid of if you want to get rid of it, but you absolutely can. This will do 400 pigs. We do have a manure heap off to the left hand side. I did find when I went round to get all of these plots and the main farm, after purchasing them all, as I went round to check everything, I sold everything off that I could. I got the slot count down from 1,206 down to 897. You can get it down lower. I didn't get rid of all the fences, but what I couldn't get rid of was the manure heaps. They wouldn't go. The silage clamp went, but I couldn't get rid of the manure heaps. So, From the cow farm, we crossed over, it doesn't show the bridge there, we crossed over there, past the fork, and we came down that way. Bakery there, animal dealer sell point. We come up to here, we're now at this point here. This plot of land will set you back 352,000. Let's buy that and do that. And our pigs will now appear, or the trigger will appear anyway, for 400 pigs. Which brings me on to the first of the production chains. As you can see the building up there, we've got the great processing unit. Now we've already been past the carpentry, we've already been past the animal dealer, we've already been past the bakery, which were all showing on the map already. This isn't, for some reason, it's not showing on the map, and obviously you can see there's no blue discs showing. So this has to be purchased separately. So we're now up to here, that little plot there, 54,504, when you buy that. They now appear and you own it. So some of them are already there, you have to go and buy the building, some of them you have to buy the land. So it's unusual on a map to get both. Normally a map maker will do one or the other. You buy the land, you get the building and the production chain, or you buy the building that sits on the land. But these we've got a mix between the two, which is interesting. So from here we're going to head down into the main town itself. Now again, this is possibly, I don't know if it's intended or whether it's the crossover from PC to console. The texture for the pavements, you can see it's kind of there, but it seems very bright. I'm not sure if that's intended or whether that's just hasn't, like I say, the crossover coding hasn't gone. I'm not sure, but it's quite bright, the paving to the sides. If we come through there, we've got a dairy just across the way there, plenty of space for production chains. We've got gas station just there. If we go around the back of the building here, we've got the spinnery, and if we cut around the back of the spinnery, we can go around to the chocolatier into the building here. Our chocolatier is just in here. We come back out again, and we'll go back round and past the dairy, because we need to head up to the next couple of production chains. So these are already here. If you want them, you go click on it and you buy the production chain. But if we carry on out of the town, there's a little fork. Well, it forks the other way, but we're going to do a little switch back. Hairpin left. Whoa. Need a handbrake. To the oil mill and cereal factory. So the oil mill and cereal factory do require purchasing of the land. So we came down from there, down into the town, dairy, gas station, spinnery, chocolatier. We came out of there, and we've come all up there, and we're now at this point here. So if we buy that plot there, do that and that, there we go. Oil mill and cereal factory, which I sat there. We go left here. Now to our left is sheep. To our right is kind of a placeables area, but these two come as a package, so we're down here. If you click on that, that says sheep farm. If we do that and that, it buys that entire plot and this entire plot for 580,000. So they're not cheap, but if we do that, our sheep triggers and stuff will now appear, and this will do 100 sheep just in here, and then you get all the land around it as well. Again, with the fencing there, it can be removed if you wish, but it's a pretty large placeables area. It's a bit you can't buy those separately, the sheep bit to get your sheep, and then that as a placeables area if you want it, because realistically it's a big open area for the amount of sheep you've got. But again, that's how it comes. We're going to go up this. There's quite a few bits on this map as well where you've got roads just come up and kind of stop, which also gives you a lot of scope for placement of more placeables. It's one of those maps that is good to go. You can play on it as it is, absolutely. But there is a lot of scope for building, for changing, for making it your own, really, you know. And there are a lot of very flat areas as well. Don't get me wrong, there are some nice hilly areas, there are some nice undulating parts of the map, but there's plenty of flat map to give you scope for doing that kind of thing. So we are now at the part of the map that we started with on New Farmer with the grape field. The rest of the equipment is under here. So all our grape related equipment, and including the tractor and our grapevines all up the hill. I do like that. That's really cool. This kind of just juts out of the ground. It's pretty isolated, but plenty of grapes to be getting on with there that require all the grape related work that comes with them. From here we're going to go along and cross the river. Now, like I said, when we cross the river, the road goes that way, goes to the edge of the map. The road goes the other way and goes to the other corner where there's more forestry, but there's not a secret. There's no secret forestry bit. It just is what it is. Now the sawmill's an interesting one as well, which is what we're coming up on now. The sawmill is literally just a sell point. There's no wood chip point here. It's not a production chain either. It's just a standard. You've got a bit there for your lumber and a bit for sell wood. So I did wonder whether this was one that would need to be purchased as well. So you put your lumber there, click on that, sell wood. There's no wood chip point here. If I click on the map, we've come from the sheep farm down across there to the grape area. We came across here and we're now here. So this bit you can't actually buy. There's no verges or peripheries to the map. All these bits we can't buy. That bit we can buy the field behind it and a bit of forestry, but we can't buy the sawmill. So that's not actually a production chain. It's just a sawmill sell point. But if you buy a little plot of land nearby or wherever you want to put it, you could put your own sawmill in, of course. Crossing back over the river. And the bits I was talking about, most of it is absolutely spot on. But as far as kind of clunky bits go, you can see, I don't know if you can see there, through the end of the bridge this end, you can see the water through it. The bridge and the land don't quite meet up. There's not many of them, but there's just a couple of little bits like that here and there. If we do a quick nip across the river, that way. We've got the grain mill over here. We've got the biogas plant on the other side of the river. I'm going to double check the biogas plant because you do need to buy it. It's about, I want to say 900,000. I'm going to double check. I've got the money, I can afford to. It's a standard biogas plant. But I was just wondering or not. We do have just one size plant. Let's check on the map. So from the sawmill, across there, across the grain mill, we're now here. Oh no, we can buy the land. So we can buy the land so you can put other stuff on it if you want to. But then the biogas plant needs to be purchased separately on top of that. 875 grand. I think if you come to here first, it's 900 and something, and the land is included in the purchase price. I think because I bought the land separately. But yeah, if we buy that, and click on that, you'll see I've got loads of all the various different things we've purchased as we've gone along. Yeah, it's fairly standard. 24 cycles per month. Recipes are pretty much the same. Solid slurry manure, sugar beet cut in, digestate out. Nothing different, nothing untoward, nothing like wood chip or anything unusual that you can put in there and get out. It's a pretty standard biogas plant. Continuing up the road, we will come to debris crusher, hidden behind the trees just there. Then the next turn in, we will go to the vehicle store. Yep, vehicle store is just in here. This is also the reset point, so if you need to reset anything, that's here. Purchase point is just there, and your workshop trigger is just over to the side there. And then across the way, we've got the restaurants just there. If we go back to the map, From there, the biogas plant, up past the debris crusher, vehicle store, and workshop trigger, and then we've got the restaurant. There we go. And that is everything on the map, as far as I can tell. There's no other points to purchase that would give us anything that would stand out over and above that. We came down that way, we took in the bakers, we went a loop round there, so we've done all of these as well. So this is the final point. We could drive all the way back and head back up towards the main farm, but we've been over there and done that already. That's it. That's NEUFFENER Valley by emproLoop. Just checking my notes. Don't think I've missed anything, as far as I can tell. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.